Hello everyone, this is Money Mom. Welcome to the channel. Today I want to do a video about how one of the subscribers has a $250 a month grocery budget for a family of 4. I'm going to tell you how she's doing it. Let's get started and talk about it. She sent me an email and she told me how she does it that low. Now I'll admit, some people think I have a high grocery budget of $500 a month for a family of 3. Some people think that's low, but there's people that do it a lot lower, and I know how I would make it lower if I had to, but these are the things that she does, and she says if for some reason you need to have a really low budget, even if it's just for a month and you want to save some money, you could at least do this for 1 month and it would make a big difference. So first thing, number 1, is they just drink water. She said we don't buy any kind of other drinks. We don't buy even bottled waters. We make our own water at home. They have some kind of filtration system and they just simply drink water. They don't do coffee, teas, nothing. They don't buy coffees out. So she said just that saves money. Number 2, they make everything from scratch. She said they don't use any kind of shortcuts at all. So, you know, like if somebody makes spaghetti, they do have tomatoes. She has like a little small garden and she'll make her own tomato sauce and can that and, you know, add spices. So she has herbs and tomatoes and a few other little things and she'll use that. And she uses that to make a lot of her stuff. So she cooks a lot from scratch. And she also mentions that, and I've never made this before. Let me know if you have, because I've been watching some videos on it. She said that she always has a sourdough starter. I've never made sourdough bread. And she makes sourdough bread a lot, which she said is very inexpensive, but it's an art on how to do it. Do any of you make sourdough bread? If so, leave tips and tricks below, because I'm thinking of trying that. Okay, another big thing that she does is she batch cooks a lot. But she batch cooks a lot of things with a lot of vegetables in it, rice and beans, okay? And so she does have that small garden, and what she'll do is she makes a lot of casserole and soups and things like that. And she does use a little meat. They're not vegan or vegetarian, but she only uses a little bit of meat, and she does mostly beans, okay? And another thing she mentioned is she'll stretch, like if she does anything with meat, she stretches it out with beans. And so that's kind of what she does. So she makes a lot of soups and a lot of casseroles, and if somebody's hungry and they're wanting a snack, they maybe get something from the garden, or they can have another bowl of soup if they want, or sandwiches, because she does always have that bread available too. So she has that. Another thing is that she makes her own beans. Like a lot of times I'll buy beans with the stuff in it in the can, because I tried the soaking the beans. I was not a big fan of it, but she soaks her beans and she makes her own beans, and she said it is so inexpensive doing that. Like I mentioned, she uses very little meat. Okay, and she buys it in bulk, and what she does is she cooks it up and seasons it, and then she puts it in containers and kind of, I don't know if she Ziplocs it, or she makes sure that it's sealed and no air gets in there so that it's cooked and ready to go. So she has a bunch of, you know, ground type turkey, things like that, which she prefers to use, and she'll add a bunch of seasonings and things like that and gets it ready and puts it in little measure compartments, but she only uses a little bit of meat so that she's not spending a lot on meat. Okay, she uses a lot of spices. Like I mentioned, she gardens and has herbs. And then I'll be honest, one of the first things I thought is, well, what do the kids snack on? You know, growing up in the 70s, we didn't snack a lot, okay? She said because they're really full from the meals that they eat, they're really hearty meals that they have with these casseroles and stews and things like that, and then their breakfast is filled. She might make some kind of egg dish and stretch that out with some, you know, fried potatoes, things like that, and she'll make pancakes, waffles, things that are pretty inexpensive, okay? But one of the things that they will do for a snack is they make their own popcorn, okay? So they make snacks. They might snack on bread. They might have a peanut butter and jelly sandwich if they want it, okay? And then occasionally they will treat themselves to things. So they do a lot of potatoes, like potato bars. They do buy things on discount and sales, but she said they can do it. It's just you got to batch cook, you got to cook everything from scratch, and you have to stay away from prepackaged snacks, and you got to stay away from the drinks. She said if every family stayed away from snacks, especially the individual ones, and stayed away from the drinks. She said if you just did those two things, she said that would save people a lot of money. And she had said even if you don't want to do it all the time because you're used to having those things and they're nice treats, she said just if you want to save some money for a couple months, you could do it for 60 days and save a lot of money. So let me know what you guys think. Would you be able to implement any of this in your budget, or you're already doing this? I want to hear from you in the comments below. Love you, appreciate you. Hope to see you on the next video. Bye, everybody.